blah blah, all the other crap. We're not paying attention to it. So
Okay. That sounds good. Yeah, I think part of the goal with having everyone build their characters wherever's easiest for them is to support testing out the West Marches style that I'm trying to get running in the server as well. So if we get locked into someone's VTT, then we run into the issues that we had last time. And it's also difficult for like other people to then run games. I want anyone to be able to run a game wherever they have all their stuff, because no one really wants to port all of whatever they've got from Roll20.
yep, all their digital books or whatever, their digital resources.
Exactly. So wherever you want to run it, like we can have a whole variety of games running. And if you don't want to play in that system, like totally fine. You just wait for someone to run it in the system you like or whatever. Like that's kind of cool. Okay, I think.
Now, here's a different question for you. And I think we kind of alluded to it in the chat. Are you okay if I try to break the character, or do you want me just to play the character?
Ideally both. Like part of the playtesting is trying to find out any holes of, oh yeah, that's going to be an issue that we need to cover. So if there is stuff that's that way, then, or even just tightening things in. Like if there's some kind of issue with the wording on something where it's like to find out any holes of, oh yeah, that kind of stuff.
Hey, so I'm here. I just got home from the grocery store and my dog had diarrhea, so I got to take care of that. So I'm listening, but I won't be responding very quickly.
All good.
Love when that happens.
Definitely not cutting that out of the live stream.
Don't worry, Sturb is just sitting over there.
We had like a week to go with
Maybe I'll just start with that.
You should send pictures.
We had it a few weeks ago, but the dog threw up all over the place, which was great too. So,
yeah, living the dream, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Now, the other thing about breaking things, so if you limit it to just 2014 or just 2024, it's a little bit more challenging for me to break. But if you're like, hey, what normal people are 2014 and 2024, because they're supposed to be cross-compatible, I can show you all the different ways that I can easily break the game.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to have to do is it's going to be the same for every class at this point. Is I will design it for 2014, and then I believe the way I'll have to do it is put in kind of like they did in like Tasha's or something with like optional features, but rather than optional, it'll be like if you're playing 2024. This is the rule, and I'll just do one class, but with the rules for both within there, if that makes sense. For anything I need to shift. I don't know how much I'll need to modify it yet. I need to see. I only built it for 2014 at the moment, but once you add in like weapon masteries and a few other things, it might be close enough by itself to not worry about it, because like the prey preparation will scale pretty well for that stuff. So I'm hoping I don't have to do too much, but we'll see how that balance actually plays out once I run the math on it.
Okay.
So that's the thought, at least. So I guess initially, did we have any issues anyone was running into trying to build the character, any wording that didn't make sense, or ambiguities that we should try to clean up now?
At first level, I wouldn't imagine that there would be any, right?
I wouldn't think so, but if I don't ask, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Here's a question for you then.
Yeah.
Prey preparation as an example. So as a wizard, right, you can take a long rest and you don't actually have to memorize your spell slots right then and there. You could just do it at any time. It just takes you an hour to prep your spells. Prey preparation. Do I have to pick this right when I get done with the long rest, or can I keep this open and then take time to select? Oh, hey, we don't know what we're going to do this day. We're just kind of tooling around town. Oh, hey, we have a cellar crawl. Oh, all right. Well, then I'm going to switch. I'm going to choose this creature type.
Well, I think the wording I put on this was during each long rest rather than after the long rest. So unless it still seems ambiguous, by the time the long rest is done, you would have to have made your decision because you're using your downtime during that, like your 2 hours, whatever, that you're not sleeping to gather the materials, analyze the weaknesses, all that kind of stuff.
Okay, and I think that's. I know it says during. I know it says during each long rest you prepare blah 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 blah. I didn't know if it was mandatory or if it was like optional that you. But okay, that makes better sense. During the 8 hours of the long rest. Sorry, go ahead.
I had a follow-up question, but you guys can finish your thought here.
That was the only thing that I had. Is there flexibility? And it sounds like there's not flexibility.
My question was, so the kind of the rider here with the prey preparation edition, you gain a +1 bonus to attack rolls against all creatures. So it's all not the one not necessarily the one that you prepared against.
Correct.
But it's all creatures. So whenever you're attacking a creature, you have a +1 bonus to the attack roll.
Yeah, so this feature is always good, and sometimes it's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, that wasn't clear. Okay, yeah. Now that I read it, I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
Okay, you're the.
Is it all things or is it all creatures?
All creatures.
All creatures. I'm thinking based on these comments though that maybe I should actually make that first rather than second.
Yeah.
Like start off with you gain a +1 bonus on attack rolls.
Attack rolls
against all creatures, and then lead
just against +1 attack rolls. Period. And descendants.
Well, unless you don't want to have the attack +1 if you're attacking like a box or a house or something, you wouldn't get the bonus.
You're not getting it against objects. It is against creatures, so it's not targets. Like if you shoot your arrow against, I don't know, trying to cut that rope, you're no better at that than you like the fighter. But if you're trying to take out,
that's why I was asking.
Yeah.
Okay. How about then all creature types?
I mean, it's clear as it's worded, but I was wondering if it was mistakenly worded this way.
It's not.
Okay,
so that one is intentional. I'm sure there's something in here that's not as I intend, but this particular one, I'll move it first. Let me make notes on here on what I need to do as we're going along, and then I can rebuild that for next time.
Yeah, I think the wording was clear to me what it intended or what it said, but I wasn't sure if that was what it actually intended or not. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. If it's situational, right? It sounds like it's situational bonus. It's where would there's not many systems that will allow you to have a situational bonus. Okay, different question then on that same topic. Is it in addition you gain +1 attack rolls against all creatures with all weapons, or only weapons that you're proficient with, or?
No, you. It's just a flat +1 bonus against creatures. There's no.
Okay, even if you're not proficient. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. When I was thinking about like where all of the comments for what people wanted the ranger to be kind of fell, one of the things was they don't have very clear identity, and there's an interest in like a few different areas, and there was always the rework idea of what if we just made Hunter's Mark like part of the class, and you could cast it for free, or maybe it doesn't require concentration, and to me that's a solution, but the problem that we're trying to solve is really like that core identity of the ranger and what they are, and if their focus is on being like extra prepared and like a survivalist aspect, and like we could just give them the thing where it's like the barbarian is like the tanky guy, like regardless of what he builds, he will likely always have the most health. He has his rage giving him those resistances. Like what could we do that's like the ranger's rage? And so my idea was, why don't we just make them the most accurate class? And then people might be interested in like dipping into ranger just to pick up prey preparation with, you get that extra 2 damage on average to start against your attacks on those specific creatures, but then you also have that +1 bonus. for your chances to hit.
I like it.
What's the status on the new subclasses you're trying to make?
Yes, I am trying to make those.
I mean, we still have multiple sessions between now and then, so I understand. Like I was trying to, I'm like not entirely sold that I have to do the Gloomstalker like I was planning, and so I just was curious to see what the classes look like.
Yeah. I mean, my thought was also if people want to respec things based on whatever we determine we're actually going to be building, like that's fine too. But the general idea was if we're doing a game, let's say every 2 months or so, 2 weeks or so, we've got a few sessions before we'll need to roll into level 3. So this will be session 1, you'll be level 1. Then we'll hit session 2, you'll be level 2. And then once we get to session 3, that's when you'll be level 3 and you'll need those subclasses. So that gives me, especially with the holidays in here, approximately a month to build some of these out. So as long as that works okay, then if people need to retcon and respec how they want to have their stuff built based on details that come out in the subclasses, like you can totally do that. You can also just roll with the stuff that's already ready. That was the thought behind that stuff. Alright, I'm going to transition us to being live and send out an email telling everyone that we're live. If they want to hop into the chat. We have one person in here. So that's cool. And then, unless we have any other questions, I think we should probably start kicking things off.
I'm still not at my desk yet, but I'm
Okay,
here.
then we'll hold up on that.
I would say don't hold up on everything. Like if you want to introduce people late, you can
Actually,
introduce me
right.
last. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why don't you guys introduce your characters?
Oh shit! I need a name.
Come up with a name real quick.
Yeah. Playtester.
I got some
one.
ideas.
About my character's name? I want to hear him.
I've always got oddly phallic sounding names, so
Why don't you introduce your guy first, Wayne?
sure. So, my name is Woodford Tuggenstein. Friends call me Woody, though. Woody Tug for short, if you will. Yeah, I'm essentially a hermit. I've lived out in the woods for a long time, and I've found my way into some elemental temples and things like that, and started to develop an affinity for the elemental languages, especially Ignan, the fire elemental language. So I've spent a lot of time in nature trying to learn how to control the element of fire and help neighboring communities with wildfire protection and things like that. So I'm here ready to delve into whatever comes next.
So is your character not from Zephyr's Vale then?
I've wandered around a bit, but I've made my way into Zephyr's Vale recently in the last couple weeks here. So I'm new in town, you would say.
Okay.
And I am a halfling.
Okay, interesting. You're probably one of very, very, very few people in the city that have been outside Zephyr's Vale.
At least that people would know about, yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, I hate going. I can go next, but I hate my character's name now that with your intro, because my guy's name is Junk.
Some phallic names, by the way.
Yeah. Junk Bloom is his full name. He is an exochron that was recently recovered from the city dump. He's spent. I won't give you all his entire backstory because it's kind of fun to learn as you play. But he has spent the last many years surviving in the junk heaps of the bowels of the city. Has rebuilt himself using scrap metal and fungus and whatever he could recover from in the dump. And his really only friends at this point are the cockroaches that have adopted him as a kind of a ward, or he thinks of himself as kind of a ward of the cockroaches that inhabit him and travel around with him.
Pleasure to meet
They're
you.
saying he's filled with cockroaches.
There's cockroaches like crawling around him, like on his vines, because he's kind of made out of, like, his arms and legs and stuff are all like twisted vines and fungus, moss and stuff. And so there's like cockroaches in and around him kind of all the time.
You want me to go next?
Sure.
Sure. Kalen Frostbite. Work in progress. It's either going to be Frostbright or Frostbite. Was born in a remote village at the edge of a frozen wilderness / mountainous area. From a young age, he had an affinity towards animals. Again, you'll learn more as we play. Parents were, orphan type of thing, Batman style. Parents were killed brutally, though. That's the difference. They had a visceral death that traumatized and scarred Kalen. My snow leopard's name is Arcturus, and we roam the wild areas trying to provide protection at a cost. You can buy, freely. I freely give protection. He freely gives protection. That was.
How does he have a snow leopard at level 1?
I bought a mastiff and reskinned him as a snow leopard. So a mastiff is 25 gold, and it's using the exact same stats as a mastiff, but it looks like a snow leopard, right? And then at second level, I'll get bonding, and the mastiff snow leopard dog will go away and be replaced by the animal companion, as if I've always had this, right? Arcturus, right? So it's just the stats are going to change as I go up in level.
Did you run that by PETA? I don't know about skinning a mastiff. Is that okay?
Well, it's reskinning it. It's skinning and then putting a different skin on it. Yeah, that's even a little bit more. Like I said, visceral background.
There you go.
So are you also not from Zephyr's Vale then?
Yeah, as a nomad, correct. I'm on the outskirts of cities of populations and civilization. I'm just on the outskirts of it.
Well, we're using the setting from the Forgotten Realms or the Tome of Endless Wonders, right?
Correct.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Okay. So I didn't think there were other known cities outside of Zephyr's Vale.
There's one theorized city of the Exocron Outpost, which your character would know, like, is commonly talked about, but you wouldn't know if it exists for sure.
Right.
And then there are, in theory, people who roam, but they are very uncommon. And so, given that we're doing like an all Rangers campaign, I wasn't like crazy surprised if we've got a few people that are more of the roaming the wild sort of characters that are coming in for this kind of thing. But yeah, they would definitely be atypical.
Okay, cool. John, you're up.
Yeah, so my character's name is Hermeet Defrogizzle. He is a city urchin from the living in the bowels. As he continued to grow up, being a gnome, he's very able to run around and was a good scout of the area, and eventually found his way into
We lose you?
Yep, sounds like we lost him.
Sorry about that. I tried to get on my computer to pull up everything else, but it wasn't ready yet. Yeah, so he was very capable. He's capable of looking around and finding things. But being a gnome, a deep gnome, he's good at moving in the shadows. And sorry about that. I tried to get on my really sneaky, to pull up everything else, able to find his way throughout the city and find his way into witnessing some criminal underdealings and part of that wants to do good for those around him, and has and even still wants to also take down the rich people above, kind of like a Robin Hood type of character for himself. So yeah.
Sweet.
So, quick question. So, I know you said there's only one other, but isn't the Temple of Lost Souls and that whole journey between the city and there, is that populated or is that not journeyed, I guess, then?
Yeah, the Temple of Lost Souls at this point was overrun. So
Yep.
There are definitely like pockets of people everywhere. Well, I shouldn't say everywhere. There are pockets of people out there, but there's no like clearly defined communication or travel routes or anything like that between all of the remaining people outside of the city in Zephyr's Vale. So from Zephyr's Vale perspective, there's the assumption that people are still alive out there, but from the characters' perspectives, they likely have never met anyone who didn't live in Zephyr's Vale their entire life, or at least had come here when the cataclysm was taking place.
Gotcha. Okay, so I can't say that I'm from one of the, right, because I was thinking I could be from one of the ruined other cities.
You could be from like a city that got overrun, but you likely haven't still been living there, or if you have been living there, it is ruined. Maybe
like
there's no one else
where I was
there,
originally from, but like visceral death, and they died, and so I kind of went off on my own as a child into the wilderness, right, to survive.
Yeah. So, like, did you ever see the movie Day After Tomorrow?
Yep.
So if you think of like New York like that, where, I don't know, you had millions of people here, catastrophe strikes, no one knows if anyone else is even still alive in the city, and like they've been living in that library for a few days and literally seen no other people. But when the helicopters come in, there's like, oh, there's 2 people in that building and there's like a couple people over here. You could think of the wastelands being like that, where like from a player perspective, like you would assume that there's little pockets of a family that survived here for a few years. Maybe they've got like their parents were renowned warriors or something, so they've been able to eke out survival and fight off the aberrations. But most people succumbed, and there's like, you don't know where the closest other pocket of people is, and maybe a few of them have banded together, so you might have 10, 15 people that are coexisting, but otherwise like it's just wasteland and monstrous creatures roaming around.
Okay, so, and if I run into those people, I try to, like, I don't let them see me, but I'll help out. Like, I'll drop food, I'll do this, I'll add protection for them for the night, and then I'm going to move on. But I mean,
Gotcha.
that was my envision. Is that
I think that's
Still
doable. Yeah, you could.
Okay.
It might be like you roamed around for 6 months and saw no one, and then you, like from the shadows, helped the family or something for a week,
absolutely,
or something like that, or whatever, and then we're moving on and whatnot. Totally viable.
Okay, awesome.
What if you you followed them and found out that that's where Zephyr's Veil was because you didn't know about Zephyr's Veil?
Oh,
You were
and then
able
I'm
to help them.
because I the last time that I was in a city, everybody that I knew and loved died. So I've been on the outskirts of this city, trying to determine if I want to go in.
Or just like you didn't know that everyone was at Zephyr's Veil, and so you found a way to get there.
Yeah. And then I'm like, I found it, I see it, but I'm trying to determine if I have the courage to actually go into the city, because the last time I was at a high populated place that got decimated. So do I go in here and risk the chance of everybody I know dying, or should I just stay out here on the edge? Like I'm right on the edge of the city trying to figure out if I go in or not.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Give you internal conflict right away.
Yep. Love it. I'm just taking notes down, so I'm now incorporating that into my background.
Okay, so I guess that was everyone, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So I don't know if the party as a whole, like any of you knew each other beforehand. If so, we can roll with that. If all of you don't know each other, we can roll with that too. I'm going to start diving into the encounter at this point, unless anyone has anything else that they want to bring up or share.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, I think if we're sorry, just let me write everyone's names down too. What was your name? Dysfunction.
Kalen, Frostbite.
Sorry, say the.
Actually, I'm
first
gonna
name one more time.
Kaelyn, Kalen, Frost, and I'm gonna go with Frostbright. Frostbright.
Frostbright. Okay. We've got Kalen
Change it now.
Frostbright, and then Serb. What do you have?
Junk Bloom. He goes by Junk.
Okay. Junk. Goes by Junk. All right. Wang.
Woody Tug.
Okay.
And I updated my Discord name, so.
Okay. Perfect.
It just depends on whom, right? Is that the answer?
Right.
Yes. All right. Brain. Who do you got? Brain. What was your guys' name?
Herm, it, with an apostrophe between the M and the I. We don't want to get sued, right?
Does he go by Herm?
Kerm.
No,
Kerm.
Kermit, like Kermit the
Kerm.
Frog.
Oh,
Kerm.
Kerm. Okay.
Kerm.
All right. Does he go by Kerm?
Oh, no, he goes by Kermit.
Okay, perfect. Kermit. Got it. All right, so we've got Kalen, Junk, Woody, and Kermit. All right, ready to roll. Okay, so I'm going to say that based on these backgrounds, each of you over sometime within like the last week has gotten a message that there is a bit of a renowned scholar and adventurer who was known before the Cataclysm, known as Creed, and he has kind of put out a message looking for people willing to help him try to resolve some issues that are happening. And the message was a bit cryptic, but as far as you can tell, what he's describing is that there is some sort of corruption that is coming from these aberrations that struck during, like, as part of the cataclysm and were spreading, and then they had stopped. They didn't seem to get any closer to Zephyr's Veil, and for a time that was just how it was. But based on what he's finding, whatever was holding them back seems to be weakening, and they seem to be getting closer. And so before whatever it is fails completely, he is looking for people to help him track down what it is that's actually keeping them at bay, why it's failing, and how to fix whatever it is so that the city just doesn't get overrun. Because at this point, it seems like, at least based on his message, the only reason that Zephyr's Veil still stands against these aberrations is because there's something that keeps them away from the city. So having gotten this message, you've all made your way to where he's recruiting these people. And there's this arena that he's using to sort of evaluate whether people that are volunteering and signing up for this are going to be able to be helpful or just casualties, and obviously trying to minimize the second one there. So you've arrived at this recruiting arena. This nondescript sandstone exterior gives way to a crowded, cavernous interior. There are rings of stadium seating surrounding the central platform. You know that a team of summoners runs this establishment based on the information you've been able to gather, and that way they can conjure forth a variety of familiar and exotic creatures, and people can kind of test themselves against these. So usually this is just their tool for generating income for the summoners, as well as entertainment for the community. And Creed has sort of convinced them to help him run a recruiting arena of sorts to figure out who can come in here. And so as you walk in, a brawny woman wearing a bright blue robe approaches. You all need to pay the entrance fee of 1 gold piece if you'd like to come into the arena.
Is that as a combatant or as a spectator? I was summoned here.
Oh, well, if you're planning to be one of the combatants, she kind of looks you all over. I'm assuming this is probably from Creed's announcement that went out. Then if you win your first bout, you actually each get 10 gold pieces, so you'll obviously refund your entrance fee. And if you win the second round, you all get 100 gold pieces each. So it's still 1 gold to enter, but if you're competing, you have a good shot at getting the prize. She kind of looks you all over. Seems better than most. I'll give you 50-50 odds. At least for the first round.
Very well. And Junk will produce a gold coin to give to her.
Right,
Woody
so
will do
everyone-
the same thing, kind of looking around the room, surveying the others in the room.
So
Hermit will lift up. Oh, sorry. Hermit will lift up his mask and cover his face, and then he will then just hand her the 1 gold and keep on walking with the rest of them.
I definitely expected you to say his tongue extends with 1 gold piece and drops in her hand or something.
And
I gotta keep you guessing for the beginning.
That's true. Yeah. Well, insider knowledge.
This dagger is worth more than 1 gold. Can I do this as collateral?
No, but one of your friends could pay for you.
I will pay my own way. I was just looking for options. I will hand her 100 copper.
She raises an eyebrow at you.
And I will count it out. 1, 2, 3.
So we're running.
4. Honestly, I miscounted. Let me start over.
Malicious compliance is the best.
Hey, so while he's counting, what do we like summoners, or can people have their own idea of what they think about summoners at this time?
Everyone can have their own opinion for sure. I would say the general consensus within the population is still a level of mistrust, and it's not too dissimilar from our media now, where depending on where you're getting your information, there may be more or less blame placed on them for what's currently happening. than other sources. So depending on how you're sort of interacting with the world and where your characters getting their information from, who they're friends with, like what sort of experience they've had personally. Like the summoners generally are a bit distrusted, but there's also very clearly some very good things that they have done that it's hard to argue with. So that's general consensus. This arena, it's kind of like a gambling house of sorts, where like the people who participate there kind of ignore whoever's running it because they enjoy the entertainment. So it might be like you don't agree with this person, but you have a hard time not buying their product, sort of thing. Once she's been given her gold piece or 100 copper pieces, she taps each of you on the wrist, and this blue magical glow encircles your forearm. And you can see, kind of looking around, most people, they all have like a similar glow, but most people's is red. And there's only a handful of people with a blue one. And I know Woody had mentioned that he was sort of surveying the other people in this room, and you can see, based on what you're looking at, there are a wide variety of individuals here. There's some people in extremely like expensive looking clothing and with servants with them, or even bodyguards, and they're just kind of lounging around in the stadium watching the action play out below. Down the stadium seats down to the bottom, there's a fairly large field that has these sort of translucent walls around it, and you can see what's happening, but you also get the sense that it's not actually happening right there. It's like an illusion of sorts that's being displayed, or maybe some sort of scrying magic to show like some other place, but what's happening there, and it's just being displayed at this one spot. It's not totally clear how that stuff is functioning, but it is pretty neat being able to see like all these things going on, and you're essentially like have a bird's eye view of some battle taking place. And currently there's like a group of these 4 heavily armored individuals facing off against these, looks like 2 spellcasters of some sort with a construct and a wolf.
Looks like all of us have the same color. That's nice, I guess.
What are you guys good at?
I'm good at looking at sorting through garbage. I'm good at carrying and helping.
I think he was talking about what are you good at for fighting.
I'm not sure. I've never really done it before.
Why did we bring him with us again?
Well, I didn't. You
He
didn't.
looks like he
bring
could lift
me.
a lot of garbage.
He can take
Yeah,
the trash out.
Yeah, I can carry the garbage. Yes.
While you guys are having this discussion, you can see this official still trying to like figure out where to put all of these like 100 copper pieces she's got. And I was going to mention we're running the combat option, but there is like a social option where you're supposed to convince this official that you're worthy of having an audience with Creed. This would have been an amazing start for that one. She just kind of gestures, "Follow me," and she heads off down the hallway right next to where the sort of stadium seating was, out of the room, so it's not quite as loud in here, but there's still a fair number of people in the hallway, and you can see all these little doors off that hallway. As she's going down, she opens one of the doors and gestures for you all to enter.
As we walk through the doors at her instructions, I'll just say to the group around, I'm pretty good close quarters. I can do a little bit from far away, but I think I prefer to be in close quarters. So use that information how you will.
Like you prefer to be close to people when you're talking to them, or like as opposed to yelling across the room?
Well, yes, that, but also when I'm fighting them, I do better close up. Run between their legs like this, and then I'll run between Junk's legs.
Cockroach falls off and lands on your shoulder as you do it.
You don't hit your head running down around there.
Yeah, you're very nimble. It would appear.
You can say little. I hear people say it all the time.
Well, you're little. I'm quite comfortable with little creatures.
As you see, like a cockroach, like scurries up his arm.
Do you want this one back? And I'll take the cockroach off my shoulder and hand it back to Junk.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, they sometimes get lost.
The
All yours,
official
buddy.
just kind of shakes her head a little bit. She says, "All right, let me give you the instructions, and then you guys can do this on your own. I have other copper pieces to collect." And she gives Kaylin sort of a bit of a glare. Your match begins in 30 minutes. When the green light glows, and she points to this crystal that's sort of embedded next to this section of wall, you have 1 minute remaining before you start. When the yellow light glows, you have 10 seconds, and when this red light glows, this wall will become a portal, and you step through it, and you'll end up in your arena. You'll fight the first bout, and then return to this room. If you're successful, you'll receive 10 gold pieces each, and you have 5 minutes before the next bout. If you succeed on the second bout, you will each get an additional 100 gold pieces. You must wear this ring, and she pulls out a ring and hands it to each of you, in order to use the portal, and it will also keep you from dying should an opponent take you down. So, I highly recommend you keep it on. I will collect the rings from you afterward.
How about for Arcturus?
Yeah, I guess we can. Here, give me 1 second. I only
need
saw
another 100 copper for him.
Actually, yes. If he is participating, then I do need that. Though, why don't you give that 100 copper to one of you, and I will take 1 gold piece from one of you.
Is it a challenge to count to 100?
It is not a challenge arithmetic.
Oh, I just
it is a challenge.
heard you say that you
space.
had to have time to go and count more copper from others. I didn't know if you needed more help.
Oh, I do appreciate that. She's,
Well, then
I'll be
here,
right back.
allow me to
She's-
start counting out your copper for you.
I'll give him the gold piece. You can give me 4 copper back, though.
I'll pocket the gold piece and still count out her copper.
That was me being unclear. I'm handing it to her, not you.
Oh,
All right. She steps out for a second. She comes back a second later, and she's got this ring on a chain, and then fastens it around the neck of your reskinned mastiff.
Sorry if I wasn't paying attention earlier. What exactly are we fighting here?
That I am not at liberty to share. So you are being evaluated by Creed to see if you are a good fit for the expedition, and as part of the sort of beginning stipend, if you are, so if you can survive that first round, then you will be given those gold pieces to help outfit yourselves. If you can survive the second round, then you'll be, he's determined you'll be quite the asset, and obviously that's why he's giving you additional funds. And if you need to use those to buy something, or just want to keep those for your own personal expenditures down the line, like obviously they're yours to do with as you will, but his thought was he would like to have the best of the best with him.
I see. Very well. I suppose it will be a surprise then.
Yes, I think that's part of his intention. If people know what they're coming into and they can strategize for what that is, then that takes away a lot of the ability to assess how good they will be in the field because you won't know what's coming.
Yeah, outside of the walls here, it gets pretty tricky. You never know what you're going to see.
So,
I do have a question though.
yes.
Is there lunch after the first fight?
I was going to ask that too. Thank you.
If you brought whatever you consider lunch, then yes. If you did not, then no. You have 5 minutes, and I highly recommend you don't leave this room and miss your entry. But obviously, do what you will.
I'll slip the ring on and then pull out my rapier and test its tensile strength.
Also, I meant to ask everyone, what creature type did everyone prep for?
Uh,
I prepped for elementals.
I probably.
I would have chosen humanoids.
You can use the information you have now to do the prepping. I didn't expect everyone to just randomly choose one without any details on what's happening. But
I would have probably chosen humanoids.
okay, so we've got
Same.
okay. So dysfunction. Kalen, Kermit are humanoids. Woody, are you sticking with elementals, or would you have chosen something else, knowing what you're doing?
Yeah, I probably would stick with elementals unless something clearly presents itself as the primary threat.
Okay.
Well, Creed said that the invitation was something to do with fighting the aberrations, right?
Yes. The invitation was to try to find adventurers who are willing and able to help him track down why the aberrations are encroaching upon Zephyr's Vale.
Okay. Well, with that in mind, I think.
Yeah. So then should we all do aberrations then?
I probably would have thought aberrations would be what I would study up for.
This is me forgetting things, Brendan. But do summoners have to hold concentration?
No.
Ah, nuts.
So with the knowledge, you say we're able to switch to aberrations if we wanted to?
Yeah, I'm totally fine with that. We're starting the day, and you guys would have had some of this information coming into this. So whatever you're choosing now, that's your choice for the rest of the day. But you can use the information we're talking about.
When we walked in, we saw them fighting something, didn't we?
Yes, in the arena at the bottom,
There's a construct, right?
Yeah, you saw 2 spellcasters with a construct and a wolf facing off against 4 dudes in heavy armor. It wasn't clear what, other than being humanoid, what they were.
Were the attackers attacking the summoners or just the monsters? Do I know that answer?
Oh, I should clarify. The summoners were not the people down there. The summoners are essentially outside of the arena managing it, where they will summon creatures for these people to fight. So in this case, also there's different parties that fight each other too. So this can be like the summoners have this open to others. So if there's like a dispute that 2 different groups want to settle, they can put like their 4 best people on each side together and have a challenge by combat, if you will, but they're all wearing these rings, so no one actually dies. But they can sort of settle things that way. Or there's sometimes competitions to see who can rise through the ranks, and they may be facing off against creatures the summoners are creating, or against other parties. Like all sorts of different things that they're doing to keep it interesting. They just have the flexibility to also add creatures, and sometimes they'll do that for like a third sort of hostile force where you have 2 parties competing against each other, and there might be some creatures that they've summoned as well that are hostile to both. Sort of changing up depending on what's going on.
I'll stick with humanoid.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll stick with humanoid then.
All right, so we've got Wang, or Woody and Kermit that are aberrations, and then we've got Kalen and Junk that are humanoids.
No, other way around. I think Junk is aberration.
Sorry, you're right. Okay, got it.
Yeah, and I'm saying elementals because
Junk
I'm
is
definitely not
aberration,
intelligent enough to make that connection.
Okay.
So,
All right, perfect. Okay,
nor to count to 100.
Perfect. We've got that. Any other questions anyone's got before we jump into stuff? Otherwise, you guys can keep bantering, or we can go ahead and kick off the timers here. I don't know if anyone needs to prep anything before they're going in. I'm assuming not, but
Yeah, I don't
Just,
have anything to
so wait,
Oh,
we're
I
all
guess.
rangers though, right?
Yeah, we're all rangers.
yes, everyone's a ranger as far as I know.
One clarifying question: did we decide if I can take the ruined background, or should I do the other one?
Did anyone else take a background that includes a feat?
I did.
Which one did you take?
The Knights, Solemic Knights.
And which one does that come with?
Where? Hold on. Let me get back to my character sheet. Notes. It comes with Squire of Solamnia.
I don't remember what that one does.
Precise strike. Basically, once per turn, when you make a weapon attack, you can have your attack have advantage. If the attack hits, you roll a d8 and add it to the damage. So you can only do this the amount equal your proficiency, and it's only expended if the attack hits.
Okay.
So twice per long rest.
All right, and then let's see. So if we've got two people with backgrounds that are providing a feat, I would say if the other two of you want to pick up a feat, then we're probably pretty balanced through there. There's probably a couple feats that we likely can't start with just because they're not available anywhere. I'm thinking like a crossbow expert for like the extra bonus attack, and unless you had run like variant human. But otherwise, yeah, if you guys want to grab something, let me know.
If it's easier, I'm fine switching, so I don't have the feat. If that just complicates things.
Same.
Yeah, I guess we can go either way. If you guys want to grab a feat as part of the background sort of rebalancing for that, that's fine. Or if the other two want to either remove the feat part of their background, or
If we're doing 2014 though, we should expect, right? Most people will pick the background with well, I don't know. I'm not
yeah,
gonna say most
I think
people.
it's
Most
definitely-
crunchers.
Yeah, it comes into like whether someone's prioritizing the like optimization for their character with the features or the theme or whatever it might be. For like all the balancing stuff I do, since I'd started some of this before this was available, and I don't want to have to go through and update everything. I always just ran like a variant human custom lineage sort of one. So I start with a feat, but everything's the same between them all.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's just simpler to. I'll just not do the one with the feet, and so I'll do the haunted one background that gives me the feature I sent you, the
Okay.
Heart of
I'm
Darkness.
totally fine with that. Dysfunction, do you mind switching to something that doesn't, or just take the feet part out of that one?
Yeah, I'll just take the feet part of it because it's still, my guy is still knightly kind of bound, so there's honor, all that type of stuff plays a factor.
Yeah, that totally works. I'm fine with
Okay.
that. Yeah, I think just to try to keep, especially as everyone's taking like divergent paths as we go down, if we're starting from like relative equal footing, then we can see if anyone's feeling like, oh, this person who took this calling is just completely dominating, and we either need to bump up these other ones or tone that one down, or maybe a little both, that kind of stuff. So that's with the playtesting if it's somewhat level playing field.
Sounds good.
All right, cool. Okay, then that all sounds good. So let's see, how are we doing on time? 10:30. Okay, let's see. So we've got about an hour and a half left. I think we're doing pretty good. One thing that I was going to try on this one is originally I was going to port a map into Schmeppy, but I couldn't figure out a good way to do multiple stories. So what I think I'm going to try for this one is I'm actually going to share my screen, and I will have the map up on it in Dungeon Alchemist, and then we can play around with like the first person perspective for you being able to see what's going on, and then you can tell me where you want to move your dudes and I can move them. And then if we like that, I can keep building stuff out in there. If we don't, then for the next one I'll plan to build something, export it, load it in, and then everyone can move it on like a bird's eye view down of just like a 2D sort of grid, like traditional BTT map.
Sounds good.
So let me share my screen here. Well, I guess before I do that, is you guys technically have like the 30-minute window here if there was anything else you either wanted to talk about or do.
I guess we're a team now, huh?
Should we come up with a team name?
Maybe we don't get ahead of ourselves. If we survive, then maybe we do come up with a team name. Like a reward for winning.
I like that. I've always wanted to be part of a team.
It's not always it's correct. All of everything it's cracked up to be, in my experience.
Speaking of rewards, do you think we can go bet on ourselves?
Oh,
So they
maybe.
do have it specifically set up where you cannot bet on yourself. So in theory, you could try to get someone else to then bet on you for you. But
Can we
Do
bet
I
on
see
our
anyone I know?
at the moment, you guys are locked in this room by yourselves.
Can we bet on the opponents?
That's what they're trying to keep from happening.
Well, no. Instead of betting on ourselves, can we bet on the opponents?
That's what I mean. Like they don't want people throwing the
Okay,
match
okay.
to make the money from having bet on.
No, I wasn't going to throw the
Or-
match. It was just going to be I get my 10 gold regardless.
We
Yeah,
could
then
bet with each other.
You would
Is that anything good?
Sorry,
We could bet with each other.
it's true. You guys could bet with each other.
That guy already owes me 4 gold.
I don't for gold.
Yeah, I gotta take the fee. Transaction fees, you know.
You volunteered it. You actually should
Sorry.
owe me 4 gold for accepting you to pay for me.
We've got a
No.
listener here.
Well, this definitely won't come in between us, I think. I'm ready to go when you guys are, though.
Yeah. And I'm
I'm ready.
gonna pull my bow out and start looking at it and holding it and twirling it around a little bit. Be ready.
All right. Anyone else have anything that they want to prep beforehand?
Junk is gonna start pulling pieces of metal out of his body and fashioning them into a haphazard shield around his
Okay.
arm.
Sweet.
And then he's gonna take a couple practice swings with the stick that he's holding.
Sounds good. All right, and
I'll
then
pet-
from a functional
sure.
standpoint, is that like a quarterstaff and a shield, or what are you
Yeah,
using?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's the quarterstaff and then a shield.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, and Woody's just got his rapier. Crossbow is loaded. Sorry, light crossbow is loaded and ready, but not holding on to that right now. It's slung across
Okay.
my back.
Hey, so in the area that we're in, does it look like there's a door over there? Is it like, did they tell us, like, is it a platform that's going to be raised? Like, what do we...
She said that there will be a portal that appears. She didn't give you any more information than that. And next to the portal on the wall are where those 3 gems are.
Okay, got it. I just forgot things. Do you have a map? You haven't shared a map yet, have you?
I have not. I'm
Okay.
waiting for the moment of reveal. So if there's nothing else, then you see the first gem, the green one, begins glowing, indicating you have 1 minute left before this portal's going to open.
Okay,
Ready,
everyone.
guys.
I'll stay back and use the bow and arrow. And I don't know. Don't get hit. Good luck.
Are you going to shoot into the portal, or should we all go into the portal before you shoot?
Oh no, we should all go in first. There's no way. I'm responsible with my aggression, though. You know.
Understandable.
All right, so the next light, the yellow one, begins glowing. You have 10 seconds left. And then a moment later, 10 moments later, the red one begins glowing. And this section of the wall almost becomes liquid and sort of starts swirling and becomes this like purplish, glowing sort of semi-translucent field where you can see through it a little bit that there is something on the other side, and it's not wall, but it's too opaque to really see what that is. So at this point, it appears that the portal has opened.
Do we make perception check to see if we can see anything?
Sure, go ahead.
And as we're going in, Junk
17.
is just gonna see how everybody else has like ranged weapons, and is gonna stick his staff kind of behind his back and pull out a cloth sling and some rocks, and put a rock in the sling, and he's trying to like copy what everybody else is doing, but has obviously worse equipment.
Okay, got it. All right, so. So at that point, so with a 17, you can try to like make out a little bit more of the details. Like it kind of looks like you're seeing maybe some stairs going up, and it looks like hand worked stairs, and then it opens up to an area that has some lighting in it. It's hard to make out much more than that. There might be some buildings in the background. Maybe those are hills. You're not sure.
I can't see any mooks on the other side.
You don't see any like creatures or anything like that. It doesn't look like you're running straight into something, but it does look like there is some sort of square or something that's opening up.
Okay. Well, you should go on in first. I'll be right behind you.
Okay.
Let's send the big guy in first.
Junk will walk through the portal.
Okay. All right.
I'll follow.
Be sharing my screen now. Can you see?
Yeah.
Okay. So looking through the portal, this is sort of what you see. There is a village square of sorts. Next to you are all your companions based on the tokens that were available. So this is all you guys. You can figure out who's who. And then there are some stairs going up, and then you see like sort of this opening area. There's a couple bell towers nearby, and some lights glowing, and here you are. So let's drop out a first person here. Okay.
Does this
so
look like somewhere in Zephyr's Vale, or is it like a different world?
It has some reminiscent pieces of Zephyr's Vale where like some of the styles that are popular at the moment are definitely visible here, but it looks very clean, which is unusual. And obviously no population, and there's no place in the city in particular you can think of. And this is much more of a rough stone and wood structures, which are not found very often in the desert. Almost all the buildings in Zephyr's Vale are either sandstone or some sort of arcane contraption, or like a precious material that was paid for by the elites.
Cool.
Hey, so I hate to do this. I gotta go pick up my daughter because she's got a migraine. So I'm gonna put it on my headphone and try to talk while I'm driving. But I won't be able to make the rolls. I'm using a longbow, and it's here. I can just send this to Serb.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you want to drop in the chat or send to someone, if someone else wants to manage his character, then Kermit can give you the instructions on what he's doing, and someone else can roll for him.
Yeah, I can do your rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, if you need to drop, man, that's totally cool too. Just whatever you need to do.
I don't know yet. I don't know if I will need to or not. It's just I gotta go pick her up, and I'll set her up in front of a TV, so she'll be fine. I just gotta go get her. That's the hard part. So I'm gonna switch to my phone.
Okay.
So
All good.
okay.
Life as we know it, interrupting D&D, you know?
Yeah, I know. No, not like it was. Yeah. Anyways, hold on.
All good. Yeah, we
I'm gonna head
have...
over to that ruined area up there by the water.
Okay, before we go, I need to know who's playing who. So there's 4 characters. I'm going to move them into the light over here so it's a little easier to see. I got one dude with a bow. I've got someone with, let's see, what do we have? A sword and shield. Maybe that's a good serb person. And then we've got this guy who has a
I'll take that guy.
dagger, bow on the back.
I'll take
All
that guy.
The one I'm holding right
I'm
now?
here.
Yep.
This is dysfunction? Okay. I'm going to stick you over here. That's dysfunction. Who wants this guy?
That could be John's brains. He's got a
Okay.
long bow.
Sounds good. And then we got the guy with the sword. Actually, you know, I can
Yep.
see. I can zoom in. Zoom in a little bit further so you guys see these two. All right, this guy with the sword is who?
That'll be Junk.
Okay, we got Junk. And then this last one, then,
That leaves me.
that's you. Okay, got it. All right, so
Wait, the last guy. You're the halfling, right? The little kind of sneaky dude.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you want to take the other guy, and I'll take this guy with 2 swords?
Either way.
Okay.
Doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
whatever you guys want to do, just let me know. I'm going to write down these.
No, we're good. We're
keep
good.
track of
We're
them.
good.
Okay,
Keep 'em
so,
as
all right, 2 swords guy is Wang, or Woody. Kermit is the guy with the bow,
bow.
out, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then dysfunction was this guy with the dagger. And sword and shield is Junk.
Yep.
All right, perfect.
When we do our rolls, do you want us to do them in Schmeppy, or what do you
You can
want?
do wherever you want. Schmeppy works perfectly. That's where I'll be making my rolls so you guys can see them as well.
Okay.
But if you want to do it elsewhere, I have no problem with that. Or if you have actual dice, you want to use those too, like totally fine with me. Whatever you want to do.
Okay, my
Sure.
character sheet's in Foundry, so I'll probably just roll in Foundry if
perfect.
that's cool.
Yeah, just use those rolls. That works great.
Where's Arcturus?
Arcturus. Oh, you're right. I need to add your creature. Let's see what we got here.
And then move us over to those ruins over there, that citadel or the empty thing when you get a chance.
Yeah, let's. I don't know if we've got anything great for him. We might use one of these like little flying guys. Okay, we'll use one of these. So you will be this fey creature. Here's your. It's kind of like flying cat. Here you are. Okay, so here's your guy. That work? I'm assuming you can see.
Yep, perfect. Oh, no,
No?
no, it just said stream pause. Night Vision Creative has minimized their application. Sit tight.
Does it?
Yeah, that's
It
what
does.
I see too.
Oh, still showing for me. Let's see.
Let me stop watching and come back in. Let's see.
Oh, it does say it's paused. Why is it paused? All right, I'm gonna just stop it and I'll reshare. I wonder if it's because I tapped out. That might be it.
Oh, yep, that now it's back.
We're good? Okay. All right. So let's close our menu over here. Okay. I gave you this flying little creature guy right here.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you guys have appeared in this arena. You all technically start at the stairs down here. I'll let you start moving around to wherever you wanted to go, but we'll do this in rounds. So everyone on their first round can move whatever their movement speed is, and if you wanted to kind of dash, etc., you could do that as well. Okay, so you guys kind of all appeared here, a little bit spread out, right next to the stairwell. And then this is the city. You can see, I can go up levels so you can see the whole thing here. Kind of looking down from the top. So I wanted to play with this since it has multiple levels. You can technically like go up the stairs or into the buildings or wherever. So,
So
I'm
my
just going to move
my
towards
strategy. Sorry, I
Go
wanted to. My strategy was going to stealth. So find the shadows and try to stick to the sides to stealth through to make sure I wouldn't be seen. So make sure that that's the marching order right now, sir.
okay.
I'm gonna climb that tower.
Sorry, which tower?
The one to the left, the stone tower.
Okay, so you're going like over this direction, somewhere.
I can't. I don't see where you're moving the character just now.
Oh, here, I'll put him back in the light. I moved him right over here.
It's. I can't even see the screen now. It's circling.
What do you mean?
Can anybody else see this stream?
I see an image, but nothing's moving on it.
Oh, really? Okay, well, if that's going to be a challenge with this rolling forward, then I think we'll probably want to switch over to just a standard map so everyone can see and not have to look at the shared screen. I'm not sure why it would have timed out. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the best way to use Dungeon Alchemist, because I like that they've got these cool map building tools, and it's really neat that you can put in the second stories, but I don't, like, you can't, like, no VTT, as far as I'm aware, will just support you being able to go up an elevation, take roofs off, add roofs, etc., based on like you can in here.
Yeah. Are you able to like host the Dungeon Alchemist so other people can join?
Not yet.
well.
They don't have any
Not yet.
tools to add people to it, which is a bummer since they have like that first person view and stuff, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I think maybe that's a coming feature. Someone did say you guys could watch the stream so you could see it because it looks good.
Yeah. How much behind is the live stream? I've got the live stream up too, so I can see the map on there.
It's not huge. I'd have to be listening to the audio to see. It's probably, I would guess, somewhere like 30 seconds to a minute. So disjointed enough to make like moving around in combat a bit awkward, but
yeah, I think you're like 30 seconds behind. I just barely listened to you say someone said that we can watch the live stream. So
gotcha. Yeah. So yeah, it might not be perfect for that. Then we'll finish today's off with this, and then I'll plan to just turn it into a battle map next time. We'll lose like the height kind of stuff, which is a bummer, but I think it's better if you guys can move your characters for one, and then two, if there's going to be the stream keeps shutting off, then obviously that's not great either.
yeah.
So, all right. Okay. So can you see now, or do I need to kill it? Start it again.
It's showing stream paused.
Yeah, it says stream
On
pause.
my end.
Let's kill that. We'll start it again. You tell me if it's pulling through. Is that working?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
And you got me by the tower. Perfect. Okay.
Okay, yeah, so you're over here. Kermit is stealthing somewhere, so we'll stick him maybe in the shadows over here-ish. And then where are the other two of you going?
Do we see?
I'm just going to move
see
towards
anybody else.
the arena-looking thing.
Okay, yeah, at the moment, actually, if you're trying, everyone's trying to do something. So, Serb, if your dude is trying to sort of look for opponents, you can go ahead and make a perception check. We need a stealth check from Kermit, and then I think to get about where you're going would take a dash to get over there. So you can move there, Woody, and same thing with you, Kaylin. But that would be your actions to kind of move over there. We haven't technically started combat. I haven't rolled initiative yet, so you guys are just the arena's opened. You've come out. You don't see any other creatures in here yet.
Okay. Junk got a 16 on
Yeah,
his
so I'll-
perception check.
16 on perception, and someone says something else, but I missed it.
I was gonna say I'll dash to get kind of close to the arena thing and just kind of stand there at the ready.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. And then.
And then the
let's
stealth
see.
the stealth roll from Kermit was a natural 20 for 25. So there you go, John, for opening.
Natural 20. Nice. Okay. Perfect. All right. I guess Kermit sort of like melts into the shadows over by this tent. You saw him walk over there, and then all of a sudden, none of you can see him anymore. He's just kind of vanished. Woody took off running over by this arena, and he's standing where, or not arena, but this like central circular area that does have this rope fence around it. And then Dysfunction ran over to where this mountain or the bell tower is, and Junk is surveying the area. And Junk, you said you had a 16, right?
Yep.
Okay. So looking around, you can sort of pick apart the area with a cursory glance, sort of trying to see, are there any creatures that are hiding? Is there anything out of the ordinary? And you can tell this place is manufactured with magic in some fashion, where like some things like don't quite make sense. Like maybe there's a stairwell that goes up, but it looks like it goes to a door that, looking behind that, you see like an imaginary wall of sorts. Like this is clearly like a snapshot of a place, but not a real place. You don't see any creatures at the moment, other than yourself.
Does it look like the circle in the middle is designed for like creatures to fight in, or is there signs of combat anywhere, or it's just like a totally clean, empty city?
It does
You
look
paused
like a
the
clean,
stream
empty city. Sorry, someone said something.
You paused the stream again.
I did? This thing's
That's what it
killing
says.
me. All right. Yeah, that's not going to be functional then for the next one. Sorry about that, guys. Didn't realize this was going to be popping in and out. I love the maps, but if they're not going to work, they're not going to work. Okay, should be running. If it cuts out again, just let me know. I'll pop back in.
Okay. No, it just paused.
Oh,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah.
Here, what if
I wonder if you're tabbing away from it, if it
Well, I
pauses
have
it.
to tab out to get over to Discord to share the stream, but maybe that's what's killing it. Let's see. What I'm going to try to do is I'm just going to share the whole screen this time and see if that
Okay.
will get past our blocker here.
Yeah, I've seen Discord be weird when you share applications as opposed to sharing the screen.
Yeah, it might be that.
So maybe sharing the screen will just work better.
Okay, yeah, I shared the screen.
Yeah, we're seeing it.
Okay, on that screen, I was showing the encounter details for the people watching online. But if we're obviously sharing this for you guys, I'll just have that on another screen and I can reference it in the stream, but we won't show it for now. Okay, let me know if this time's out. But okay, so here you guys are.
This is Foundry?
No, this is in Dungeon Alchemist. And
Oh,
so,
that's right. Dungeon.
yeah, they've got this pretty sweet thing where I can change the leveling here, so I can go like, oh, what level are we at, and then it'll take the roof off of that level. So if someone wants to like climb up a building or go through a door or something like that, it's all set up for that. And then the doors you can open too. So if we went into like first person view here, this guy can walk around and then get to say this door and then open this door and then go inside, go up the stairs. Like it's all up. I'm stuck on something. All right, we're in the machine here. But anyways, you get the idea.
Yep.
I'm gonna move you back over, Wang, where your guy was. All right, here you go. Okay, so here you all are. All right, so at this point, you you guys have all kind of moved out, and you hear this announcer sort of permeating the arena. It's like, oh, the next bout is starting. I can see we have what appears to be 4 rangers investigating the town. We'll see what unfolds here. Who's ready for some excitement? And then you can like faintly hear like a crowd cheering and people yelling, and it's very clear that like the audio from that sort of cavernous stadium area is being filtered into here, though it is a bit muted, so it's not overly distracting, but you can hear that like low hum sort of roar of the crowd as things are happening, and the announcer's definitely loud.
Sorry, am I able to get up on the tower?
In the first round,
That's what I was trying to. Yeah, that's what I was actually trying to do, is climb up the tower.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You can get to right where you are with 12 squares of movement.
Okay. Oh, so we only have 6 seconds, and then that's when the audio kicks in.
Yeah, essentially, like the portal opened.
Oh, okay.
You guys are effectively getting off like 1 round to go do something, and then
Perfect.
this guy's announcement went off. All right.
Gotcha. Sorry.
Okay.
Thank you.
So with that, there is the announcement going, and then you guys had kind of run out during that, and immediately falling from the sky on all of you are these weird slime things. It doesn't know where Kermit is, so it's going to land somewhat near him, but otherwise they are all there we go, and they will all take an attack. And you get the sense immediately that things are sort of positioned in a way to give them an unfair advantage. I swear, it's not me. It's them.
They got the jump on us.
Gross.
Okay, so let's see. One of them is not... One of them's going to land near... Kermit, but he doesn't actually know where he is, so he's just going to be somewhere over here. He saw him disappear around there. And you would recognize, like with these things coming down, these are aberrations, and everyone's relatively familiar with like the different tiers of aberrations out there, because they are used to like scare people, as far as like this thing's going to invade, or like don't do that, otherwise this will eat you at night, or whatever, like the sort of managing your children tools that some of these people are using. And then the general like scholars and researchers are always paying to collect specimens of these, so it's not like you would see these in the city alive, but people have been able to understand like what is out there. And so these are all convergence bogies, which is like the lowest tier of aberrations that are in the desert that people are aware of, at least. Okay, so those all land, and we've got... what's everyone's AC?
Junk is 18, and Kermit is 14.
Okay. 18, 14. What's Woody?
Woody is 14.
14, all right.
14.
Got it. Kalen? Dysfunction, can you hear me? You're muted if you're there.
Sorry, 15.
15? All right, and then what is your Mastiff? Also, what is your Mastiff's name?
Tourist, and he should be... So the route that we took was from like over the bushes to that corner area.
If
You
you
know what I
want to
mean?
go
Like
that
we-
way, it's difficult terrain, so I don't think you can get as far. But if you want, we could count it out.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you could get to... oh, that's not you. Oh, we could get to like here if you were going from where you started, because that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Even if
9, 10.
I jump and skip some of the difficult terrain by jumping over through the air.
I guess it's flat.
You know what I mean? Do parkour, go from this to that wooden dock to that corner.
Yeah, you want to do like a bit of like parkour to try to make it over there?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, we could give that a shot. I would say it's not like a super straightforward route. So if you want to attempt that, we could either do an acrobatics or an athletics check, depending on whether you're trying to lean into like pure physical specimen to get there, or like good on your feet. But yeah, if you want to make
Sure.
a check to see if you can make it, we could definitely cut that time down, and then you could climb some of the tower.
Sure. Athletics is a 15. Acrobatics is a 24.
Okay. Yeah, you just had to choose one. I assumed acrobatics was probably your better one. I'm assuming
Yep.
you're dex based. Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, with that roll, you've got a solid lead there, so you could make it. We'll cut out the difficult terrain because you're essentially hopping from somewhere down on that dock up to the wooden platform there, and then across over onto the other side. So you would be doing like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you've got another 4 squares of movement. I don't know if you're trying to go in the tower or climb up it.
Up the tower, yes, please.
The outside.
Oh, there's no really landing though until
yeah,
way
I
up
was looking
there.
to see if there's anything. Like, it's pretty steep. You could probably hang on to like a window ledge if you wanted. Like, if you are continuing your parkour, run up the side, grab onto that, and hold. But there's nothing to stand on. You can absolutely do that.
Okay.
Or you can
Put me to the corner, and then my action would be to loading an arrow with rope to string it up. See the little wooden thing that you got there? The wooden, those little pegs, whatever those are. Can I
Yeah.
like launch an arrow with a rope behind it up
Okay.
over that?
So you're trying to like do a.
I'm
like,
not doing that
makeshift
this
grappling
round, but
hook?
I'm getting ready to do that, like right
Gotcha.
there.
Okay, yeah, we can totally roll with that. So you're running over there. You've got your
And then
makeshift grappling
Arcturus will
hook
be
you've
behind
built
me.
for this
'Cause-
round. Next round, you can try to fire it. Sort of thing.
Okay, and then Arcturus would be behind me with a 40 movement, so he should be able to keep up with
Yeah,
me.
I'm not over worried about like a mastiff trying to get through there. Okay, that's fine. Also, the stream's still running okay, right? It hasn't cut out?
Yeah, it's perfect now.
Okay, perfect. Okay, well, maybe this is viable. We'll see. I'll probably end up, if this is enjoyable, with doing it this way with like the more interactive maps, we can do maybe some of them that way. Or if we want to just fully transition over to 2D, we can always do that too. Also, sorry.
Hey,
what
so
was the-
I'm back at home.
Oh, okay. Welcome back. That was fast. You must live close to the school.
I do. That's why I go there now.
Yeah.
That's why they go there now.
That sounds great. Yeah, I'd get my son. It's like a 20-minute drive. Like it is no joke. Okay, sorry. What was the AC of? Did you say Torres? Was that your creature's or your mastiff's name?
Arcturus.
Oh, Arcturus.
Arcturus.
All right, I'm thinking like StarCraft. Okay.
And Arcturus has a 12 AC right now.
A 12 AC, perfect. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and have everyone roll initiative.
Am I still right there, or am I along this pathway underneath the
You
thing?
are,
Yeah.
I think, right here-ish.
And then the dog behind, or the cat behind me.
Yeah, I've just got him like flying right next to you, but yeah, you're right
Yep.
there. Oh,
Now, and you can still drop the things next to me,
yeah,
or
I guess
whatever.
That's true. These two will have one in front and one behind.
Yep, perfect.
All right, so one of them lands like here, and the other one is landing there. And these are, I could probably scale them on here, but they are small, so they aren't quite as big as they're showing, if that matters for anything anyone's going to attempt. All right, let's see. So we've got...
Hey, I'm small.
Yeah, you are small too. They're just your size. All right.
I'm also small, and I got a 16, by the way.
For initiative.
And Junk got a 15
Yeah, Woody also
for
got a
initiative.
15.
Okay, 16, 15. Sorry, what'd you say, Woody?
16.
16. All right, and then I need
Yes.
Kalen's and Arcturus.
Galen goes on a 10, and do you want Arcturus to do its own, or do you want it to just go on mine?
I'm fine with doing both at the same round or on the same turn. I think that's easy often for managing that.
Yeah.
And then let's see. So, all right, we've got. What's their bonus here? Four. Okay, so with the surprise round with these bogeys dropping in, Kalen, you are going to take 3 damage. Woody, you're at a 14. That's going to be a miss.
Correct.
Kermit, this
All
one
right.
can't find you, so it did look for you, but it doesn't know where you are because you're hidden or you're hiding. Junk. That's going to be. What'd you say your AC was? 18?
18.
Okay, that one's going to hit also for 3. And then Arcturus, you're at a 12. Okay, he also takes 3 damage. All right, and then let's see. I got to roll initiative for all these dudes. All right, we have. Okay, so starting from the top here, got a nice Excel table running with everyone. Let's see. So up first is this slime. It's going to take another swing at Kalen. And that's going to be a miss. It's not going to move. The next one is taking a swing at Woody. That one's going to hit. Woody, you take 3 damage. And that puts us at Woody. Your turn.
All right. So, let's see. This thing kind of dropped down behind me. Is that accurate?
Yeah, so you're kind of going up there. It essentially just seems to have fallen from the sky somewhere and hit you on the way down, and then it hit the ground and kind of like oozed a little bit, absorbing the impact, and is back up. Everyone would know at this point, it's been circulated well enough that these particular aberrations, they do not take fall damage for whatever reason. It just does not seem to, like, heights don't affect them, and these particular ones often do seem to try to ambush people from height, trying to take advantage of that, where they can't be seen as easily up there, and then when they drop in, you're getting the sense that the summoners probably just summoned these wherever you were so that they would fall and get an attack on you to be exciting for the crowd, and then also test the everyone's awareness of and ability to respond to like sort of something happening based on what you know Creed's trying to look for is like if this was to happen in the on your adventure, how does it go down?
Okay. So I've got my rapier in hand, so I'm just going to spin around on my heel and kind of thrust my rapier towards the aberration. So I'll make an attack roll, which is a 24. That's an 18 on the dice.
That hits. Okay.
Okay. So then that is a 6 on the dice plus 3 for damage, so 9.
Okay. This first one drops. It is you slam through it, and then you see like all of a sudden these like arcane glyphs start appearing in it, and the like structure for it just start dissolving, and then it poofs into nothing, giving you another indication that this very clearly is like a creation from a summoner. And then you hear the announcer just.
So then, as soon as
first one is down already, look at this one go. I've been handed a piece of paper. This was Woody Tug taking him down.
I'll on that, and then I'll run over to the one near Kalen.
Okay. All right.
If I can make it there.
Yeah, so you can go. Well, just to double check, Kalen's the one over here by the flying fey creature.
Or sorry, the one by the stairs is the one that I want.
Okay, so you could go like here without taking an opportunity attack without issue.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so you've moved over here. So that's.
Yep, and then I'll end my turn there.
All right. Up next is Kermit. So Brain, you hid is your thing. I don't know if you heard Serb's roll or not, but you rolled a 20, so you are very hidden. You are technically like right next to this little stall, but you are hidden there.
Okay. Can I get anything for it? For the being hidden? Like
you'd have
advantage on the attack?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to back up sneakily.
Like you just
so
want to move further away? Like back? Like
I want to move. I want to move far away so I can try to remain. Well, I guess I won't remain hidden, but I just want to go further away.
Did you
Probably
wanna
a little bit
go
further
up the
back.
stairs, or which direction are you trying to move?
Oh, actually, if I go up the stairs, then I'll have a lot. Yeah, I want to go. Can I end up somewhere around that railing
Let's see.
on the top?
One.
I just don't. I want to have a clear shot. I don't want to just hit through that thing.
What size are you?
Actually,
Do you have 30 feet of movement speed?
I have 30 feet of movement, so
Okay. Yeah, you should be able to. All right, so you're hiding here, seeing this guy, so you're just going to kind of sneak up these stairs, and I think you can get right to this landing. Oh, you can't see that guy anymore, but you can see the other one still, so you could still shoot something from that spot. But you could be like,
yeah.
is that
Okay.
that work?
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
Unless if it was possible to get on that other post to see the other guy. That's up to you,
I
though.
don't think you can move that far. Let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 to right
Okay,
there.
then that's fine. I'll try to do that guy right there.
Okay.
The guy that's surrounded by 2 people.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack. And you do have advantage on this because you're hiding still.
Okay, so I'm going to use the longbow. I'm going to attack with advantage. And it is a 21.
21 hits.
Yeah. And then the damage is 1d8 plus 3. 6.
Is your prey preparation aberrations, or was that junk?
Mine was humanoid.
Okay. All right, 6 damage on this guy. All right, let's see. I think I can color him. There we go. All right, this guy is still alive, barely hanging on though.
Okay. And then there's no bonus actions I can do, so I'll just hang out.
All right, so you're up there. Let's see. That takes us to Junk. You're up.
Junk will panic at first. This thing is in his face, and drop his sling and pull out his quarterstaff to take a swing at the thing in front of him.
Okay.
Which is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
And I get the 1d4 on this, right?
Yeah, if you're right, because you have the aberration prey preparation.
Yeah. Okay. So it is 5 damage, 5 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. All right. So let's see. So that puts us at that one being dead because it had 1 hit point left. So that one is now gone. Let's take that off.
And then can I even see the aberration or the ones over by Kaylin?
Let's see. Let's take a look. You can see actually.
Nope. Okay.
You
Perfect.
probably heard him yell when he got attacked, but you probably I guess I don't know. Dysfunction. Would your guy have made a noise?
Contact.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you heard him yell out, but right now you can only see this one here.
Okay. Then I'll move forward to
Contact times 2.
Kind of take a defensive stance against. I'll slide up into this guy's area, or right up next to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna move like here-ish.
Yeah. We'll go right there. I'll just kind of post up with my shield.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So you've moved up on that one. Let's see.
Yep.
It is that one's turn. So he's going to go ahead and take an attack against you.
Hey, Brendan.
Yes.
Why did my guy end up back down the stairs?
It's probably because I changed it to the other viewing angle. I wonder if that shunts you off. Let's try.
Okay.
Is that... No, it seems like it's working now. I don't know. Oh, I wonder if I had you on the corner there, so it just when I went into the actual map view, it pushed you down. But
okay.
Yeah, you are still up there. I didn't intend to do that. If I did, I'm sorry about that. you should be good. All right, so you've moved there. This guy attacked. Unfortunately, that was a critical hit.
Oof.
Let's see how bad the damage is. Oh, not bad. I rolled a 1 and a 2, so you take a total of 4 damage.
Okay.
That's that one's turn. This brings us to Kalen, and then Arcturus are both going together, and then yeah. So let's go with you guys now. So you're here. Maybe that's not a great view since that overhangs there.
That's right.
Yeah, but we're right
So
here on you two.
The one next to Arcturus, Arcturus is going to attack. 18 plus 3, 21.
21 to hit the slime behind Arcturus, or the
Yep.
vibration. Okay,
Yep.
go ahead.
Yep. Now, I'm assuming it's immune to being knocked prone?
I don't think so. It is not, no. Because it's not technically a slime. That's just the best one I can find from here. It is like the aberration. So it's like
All right, well then give me a DC strength saving throw.
Okay.
DC 11 strength saving throw.
DC 11. I rolled a 15, so he succeeds. So he doesn't get knocked prone. But what's the damage
Perfect.
he takes?
4 points of damage.
4. Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
And
All right.
then Kayla will attack the same one.
Okay. You can't, unless you have reach. That one's not adjacent to you. Like you're adjacent to your guy.
I'll step over then.
Take the opportunity attack.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see what we got. That's gonna miss. All right, so you're able to move just fine. So you shift over to like here-ish.
Yep. Attack, and then I'll shift back into my square.
Okay, so you've moved there. You're gonna go ahead and make your. Because you're using
Let
2
me-
weapons. Is that what you're doing?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Okay. Go
First
ahead
one
and make your
is
first attack.
armor class 17.
That'll hit.
And 5 points of damage.
That'll kill it. So that one vanishes.
Okay. And then move me back.
Okay. And remind me, you are prepped against aberrations or against humanoids?
Nope, I am not. Humanoids.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
And then my second attack. Oh, wait, no, sorry. Roll the hit first. 15 plus, dirty 20.
Yes, that hits.
And this is just die damage. 4 points of die damage.
Okay, got
Because
it.
it's my offhand.
All right, got it. So this one takes 4. All right, I'm going to go ahead and mark him that he was hit so you guys can see. All right, so that one's damaged. All right, that wraps up the first round, and you can hear the announcer over it. A strong showing. We'll see what unfolds in this next round, but my cards, if I had to play them now, I would say would be for sure these Rangers. They seem to be taking care of business, doing great. All right. This takes us to the slime that you just attacked. It's his turn. He's going to attack you back. And that's going to be a hit. You're going to take 3 points of damage.
Awesome.
And then that takes us to Woody. You're up. If you're there, you're on mute.
Sorry, I think my connection dropped for a second. Who's up?
You are.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to move towards the tower.
Okay.
And see how I can assist over there. So if I can't get there with my movement, I'll take a dash
All right.
and see.
You can get to here, and then from here, I'm thinking you can. Oh, you can't quite see. So you see the.
Maybe you should.
Okay.
Sorry. Go ahead, Brain.
I was just laughing about him, the mortally wounded tree boy, and you're running away.
Well, I did see the tree boy and shooting the bow, so was just trying to divide and conquer a little bit here. So,
I think two
yeah.
of you
So
are probably pretty
I'll
low.
keep moving.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. So I'll keep moving, and then as soon as I see something, I'll start moving towards it, I guess.
Yeah, I guess technically
And if
you're half
if
loop,
I'm
right? So you only
not
have
able to
5
get far
squares?
enough, then yeah.
Okay, so this would have been 6. So 5 would have been there. So 6, 7.
Okay,
8,
so yeah, I'll
9,
dash.
So you could get to here without having to go through the difficult terrain to kind of see what's going on.
Okay,
And
so
then
we'll
from here
we'll
you
hang
should
out
be
there,
able
and I'll just say I'm here for backup.
All right. And then let's see. This takes us to that was Woody. Kermit, you're up. So you're over here. Actually, from your
So
spot, you cannot see
so I want to move over to where that little like
this way.
step stool right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get to a spot for sure. Clear shot right there.
Yeah. I don't want to shoot at him again.
Okay.
I am not stealth, right? I don't get any more advantage.
Correct. Yeah, because you did fire that shot, break stealth, and then
Okay,
you don't have
cool.
cunning
So
action to get back into it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to shoot again.
Okay, go ahead.
Normal attack. I roll the 9.
9 does not hit.
Okay.
You
And
roll the 9 plus your normal bonuses, right? Or is 9 total?
9 total. Sorry.
Okay.
And then let's see. Is there anything I can do to help? Oh man. Nope. I guess not.
All right.
That was my turn.
Let's see. So that takes us to Junk. You're up.
Okay, I'm going to bravely attack it with my quarterstaff with a 16 to hit.
16 does hit.
Get it.
And that is 7 damage.
That's enough. That takes it down.
Nice. That was a good roll for me. Glad I had the prey preparation
Yeah.
die on that one.
All right.
Because I have a +0 to my damage rolls.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. So this just puts you over there. All right, that one drops then with that 7. So at this point, I guess technically, you guys heard Kalen yell out contact when he started, but I don't think from when either of you are standing, you can see anything that's going on over there. You might be able to up here.
Yeah.
Let's take a look. Just barely. You can see that there's one more still back there, Kermit. So, Junk, are you doing anything else for your turn? That was your action.
Yeah, I'll just spend the rest of my turn kind of looking around to see if any more aberrations or halo diving into the arena.
Okay. So at the moment, like, coast looks clear. You can hear the crowd roaring and the announcer sort of talking through stuff still, but he hasn't given any indication that something else is coming, and you don't see anything else coming at this point.
All right, I'm just going to stay where I am, take a breather for a minute.
Okay. So this takes us to Kalen and Arcturus. It is both your turns.
Arcturus will pass by me, jump over the slime to get the other side, if possible.
Is Arcturus small?
Medium.
Oh, he is medium. I think he could step. I'm trying to remember how he can step into your space, difficult terrain, make the attack, and he could technically then step out of it and take an opportunity if he wanted, or he could just move down like difficult terrain down to like the bushes below or something. Could certainly do that.
Can he jump over? I know it's around a corner. Can he step into my square and jump over the slime to get over there?
I don't think so. It would be. He would have to. Yeah, I don't think he can move because he can't move through the opponent's space, and there's just no other space for him to go into.
How about move into my square, shove or trip, right? Do the attack and then No, never mind.
Move
That's
into
too
your
com-
space when
Oh,
he makes the attack. He could potentially knock him prone. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
I still don't think you can move
Then-
through that creature's space.
All right,
It's
we'll,
like
we'll
a
just go with mine and
catwalk
see
on a
where.
corner here. There's just not enough room to like go anywhere without stepping in that
Well-
space. You just couldn't.
Well,
make
he
it.
is a cat. All right,
But he's
Uh,
a medium-sized
for-
cat.
no problem. Yeah. My first attack is armor class 11.
That does not hit.
All right, and second attack is armor class 15.
15 does hit.
Okay. Take 6 points of damage.
All right. He had already been hit once by you for 4, so he is down. So that is it. And immediately, you guys find yourself standing back in the room you had come from, and can faintly hear some of the people, like the crowd cheering outside. But it's very muffled in that room you're in. You know you have 5 minutes before the next round starts.
Is 5 minutes long enough
That was
for?
pretty good, guy.
Oh, that was painful. I don't know if I like fighting.
You did good, buddy.
Yeah,
Try to be
I was
encouraging.
I was worried about you there for a little bit, but I'm glad that you were able to kill him.
I like shake for a minute and like a ton of dead cockroaches fall onto the floor.
Gross.
I'm. That wasn't as fun for me as I thought this might be.
Well, it's not supposed to be fun.
Yeah. Well, I may. Maybe one of you guys can take points next time.
Not me.
Side note, Brendan, I do have to drop in 5 minutes here. But
All right, then I think what we should do.
going forward, I shouldn't have the time constraint. Going forward, it should be fine. I just couldn't move this last meeting today.
Yeah, that's fine. I think we did okay on time. We obviously had some intro stuff to roll with, but yeah, we should be able to pick it up for the second round at the beginning of the next one. So you guys will remain level 1 then until we wrap up the first encounter.
And five minutes is not enough to take a short rest here, right?
Correct.
It takes an hour.
Yeah, the intention is to be sort of a resource constraining event where you got to figure out how much you want to spend on the first one versus the second one, depending on what you have access to.
Okay. Is there anything in the room that we port back into that in ways of like equipment or items or
Whatever you have on you. There, inside the room is nothing else other than the gems that are embedded in the wall that open that portal.
Okay.
But we don't have any healing resources at all then? Unless someone has good berry that they somehow had.
Yeah,
none of
unless
us have
someone
spells.
picks something up, no. And you wouldn't have had
Okay.
enough gold pieces to buy a health potion.
Right. Okay.
I'm munching on a carrot.
Munching on a carrot. All right. What health is everyone at this point?
I'm at 12.
All right. So
I'm
you
at-
still have 12.
I'm at 3.
You're at 3.
I'm at 5 and Arcturus
Woody
is
is
at
at
2.
9.
5
Oh,
and
sorry.
2. Woody, what are you at?
No, you're good. Woody's at 9.
9. Okay. All right.
Hey, so funny.
Go ahead.
Oh, go on. I was gonna say it. Seth, you rolled the. Did you roll with advantage when you rolled my stealth, or did you just roll once?
Just once.
Cool. I get to do it with advantage next time.
What gives the advantage?
Deep gnomes have roll
Oh,
stealth
deep
with
gnomes.
advantage.
Right. Cool.
So
Cool.
Solid.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, so I guess we got one round of combat done. Obviously, this is a level 1 character, so there's not a ton of stuff here.
Mhm.
But initially, like with the features that are available for this ranger, how's it feeling?
Having the extra damage is nice, and the +1 attack helps. I don't have any strength modifier, so when I'm attacking with the quarterstaff, it's +0 on
Gotcha.
my damage and then just proficiency, So that kind of helped me get by having the extra bonuses.
Yeah, the +1
Are you-
attack feels really beefy, honestly, at level 1.
Yeah.
I mean, there's more broken classes though. Like if you look at the Peace Cleric, which gives everyone bless for free, like it's the same effect, or the Forge Cleric, which gives yourself a magical weapon at level 1. So it's not OP.
Yeah, I don't think it's
When I was
broken
looking
by
at
any means.
The balance for things, it doesn't seem like math-wise it should be on par with other things and even behind for some. Like if you compare this to like a barbarian or something being able to rage with their damage reduction plus increased damage, like it should feel good but not crazy strong.
Yeah, it's like if you're fortunate enough to pick your creature type well, then it's like having a free hunter's mark.
Exactly.
So
I gotta drop, guys.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
We will talk
See
soon.
ya.
All right, sounds good. I'll
Yeah, man.
wait for feedback on this encounter unless someone has something specific for the next...
I just had a question.
Yeah.
I had a
what's up?
question. Were these just vanilla mooks, or did they have something special?
These guys... Here, I'll just...
Like, could you show us a stat block, or show us what, like, just to see?
Yeah, so this... You guys are fighting the bogey version, just like the standard one. I think I'm still sharing my screen, right? You can see.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
terrible. Why is it so bad?
Uh,
Is it bad on your end, or is it on my end?
I don't know.
no, it's just the screen share.
No,
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
better.
That's much
Here,
better.
I can zoom in.
There you go.
It probably
There you go.
partly is because this is like a 4K monitor, so then whatever compression they're using is probably dragging it down to like 1080p or
Yeah.
something. But anyways, yeah. So this is the stat block. Actually, I can show a couple of them here, still zoomed in. So this is the real base one. Like you guys are level 1, facing off against. The way I've got the encounter worded, there's essentially one of these for every character that's in there. I did add an extra one because of the Mastiff. So normally there would have just been the 4, but based on the players, I did pull that one in there. And then and the tactics kind of details on how the encounter unfolds, I essentially recommend people play it just like I did, where they drop them right on them. They get that one round of surprise where they'll likely get in at least a couple hits, and then most of them are likely going to die in that first round because they only have that 7 hit points, 12 AC. And so, yeah. And then they are a little bit more resistant, like just in general. The characters would be aware that like the convergence aberrations are known to be a little bit more resistant to magic than other things. And so they've got that magic resistance and a couple saving throws against the common, like mental stats, if you will.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah, that felt about right. If you wanted to really ham it up, you could talk about how that force damage hits.
Yeah, I debated about and I didn't roll for damage except on the crit. I just used standard, just to speed things up. But yeah, I for sure could pull that together. That's not a bad thought.
I'm just talking about for one, like if you're trying to sell it, like sell the counter and make it more engaging. It was fine, but I'm just
Sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds good.
cool.
Question
Yeah,
for
no,
you.
that-
So does that mean we're meeting again in 2 weeks, 1 week? When is the next one? that
I
we're
guess
doing
it's
this?
up to you guys. I think the cadence that people were looking for was about every other week, depending on holidays and whatnot. So we'll that would put us at, let's see, today's the 5th, so potentially the 19th. Also,
I am a
sorry, go ahead.
I'm a maybe on that. My daughter gets surgery the 17th, so I should be home, but I have to make sure.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
the other
my-
option is we could do the 12th and then we skip until the 2nd.
Yes. Well, oh, I was going to say my every other weekend is better on the 12th, 26th, 9th, right next weekend, and it's good for the every other weekend.
Gotcha.
Like 12th works. 12th works pretty good for me actually.
Okay.
So maybe we get to Woody.
Yeah,
and see if he
I
needs.
think I'm good on the 12th as well.
Okay, so we could plan to do the second one on the 12th. We could likely level up during the game and then start on the next encounter if we want, depending on where we end up, or we could always shorten it if people need to have things to run to.
Sure.
Play around with that, but we can plan for the 12th then, and then we'll skip the 19th. I'm assuming we're out the 26th. I won't be at my house, so it'll be difficult to run this since I won't have any of my stuff. So if we don't want to pick it up on the 2nd because that off week is not as good, we could certainly do the next one on the 9th. I'm fine with that too.
Okay.
So
Yep. Let's put it back on. Post them on the channel
sounds good. Yeah,
so that Woody sees it.
Right. And then the second question I was going to ask is, from a ranger perspective, right? From a survivalist that kind of uses terrain, this, that, the other. Is that the idea that they would kind of use the terrain around them, or should we stick to a rock'em sock'em robot type of approach when we're doing these fights?
I mean, they can absolutely. I mean, like it's not limited like it would be. It's just for like with anyone else. If they want to do something cool, if it's like flavor only, then there's no mechanical role to it. But like in this case, you wanted to cut out difficult terrain by jumping to these other things, then that's just going to be a check to see if you can do that. On the survival side, I would say that could apply to some things, but not necessarily to this. And one thing that I do need to figure out that I don't have yet is if we look further in here, I have a couple places that survival is being used. So regardless of what kind of game the DM's running, that skill is still useful to you. But I may want to move this earlier. So I have this field adaptation one, and I'm debating if I should just couple this with like the level 4 ability score increase, where you can swap which creature you get. So it's a pretty high check, but because you'll have essentially like advantage on your checks for that, you've still got a good chance of actually succeeding on that.
Yeah.
And then that. Because I really like the idea of this, but I don't know if I like it coming online so late. That feels like, in many cases, games will end before.
Yeah, missed opportunity. Yeah.
So I'm thinking of moving that further forward to give you, like, you're a survivalist, and you have, like, this great role, but if the game doesn't really have that come up, then you're not getting the benefit of that until later. So this one takes advantage of that, and then... 14 here, you can start using your survival check instead of initiative when you're starting combat. So
oh wow, yeah.
So the survivalist is tied into the character, where regardless of whatever the DM is doing or the game that's rolling, like you still get to get the benefits of that feature. So that is
awesome. How did I miss that? What is going on?
You might have read version 1 because this came out in version 2. I had this idea in between the two releases.
And then I may have just went, yeah, same. Okay, no, you actually, yeah.
The other thing
I'm loving the changes.
Thanks.
That maybe you could consider for something is working in ways to get different movement speeds, like climb speed or swim speed and stuff like that. Like
that, but right now that's limited to the predator. So speed increases by 15. You gain a climb speed and a swim speed.
Okay, yeah, no, I think that's good. You put it in one of the callings, though.
Yeah,
perfect.
I was actually kind of looking at the predator for my guy. As much as it'd be fun to have like a little mushroom creature, because you say you can flavor it whatever you want.
Yeah.
I think Predator kind of fits for yours,
You
John.
mean like the actual Predator?
I don't want to be the actual Predator. I just meant like adding Predator, taking that calling.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if we're just trying to avoid copyright infringement or what.
No, he's a Kermit the Frog Batman.
Kermit the Frog Batman. Perfect. So yeah, the Predator. When I was trying to think of like what makes like the most efficient, like effective predators out there, like movement was definitely one of them. Like they're fast, they
Yeah.
may be able to go. Like a cat can all of a sudden be running across the ground and then it's going up the tree. Like all those sorts of things.
Yeah, that makes sense, and that plays into like that side of the ranger, that's like using the environment more, and like, because the predator is the one that kind of does that.
Well, I was actually going to ask. So if you go back to the what is it? Sorry, first level ability. I just closed my book.
Prey preparation, or something else.
Yeah, prey preparation. Instead of doing all creature type, what about adding a last one, terrain? So instead of doing a D4 damage, you get to do like a movement base, like climb, swim, difficult terrain. Like you get to add a D4 to your movement while you're in that type of terrain.
I think the challenge that I keep seeing with the terrain is that it's not clear cut from a DM's perspective on what terrain you're in. And so it's not a feature that, or like a game mechanic that is easily, like on this encounter here, when you're on the dirt, does that count as something different as when you're on the stone? Or like, is the terrain?
Oh no, because it would be urban. You're in urban terrain. You're in the city.
Yes. But if you're...
Yeah, but how are those defined?
If
is
it's
the question.
not, like, I think the challenge is every creature has a type defined, but like if you picked up
Sure.
someone else's campaign and you want to run that, and they don't define like what each of the encounter types is, like this is an
theater of the mind type of thing. What do you do?
Yeah, exactly. It's theater of the mind, and everyone's visualizing something completely different until someone starts verbalizing it, and then it might be changed from whatever you had in mind when the detail needs to be cemented. So if it's not like a very specific feature, then I am trying to avoid doing the interpretation sort of issue where if a DM's not like specifically calling that out,
Sure.
and then you're adding
Yep.
details that they need to define, and then they might define it in a way that doesn't actually help you, then it's just extra work without an extra benefit. So I'm not opposed to like changing this, subtracting things, adding things to it, but we should try to play off a feature that is clearly defined. Because I definitely don't want the ranger to fall into the trap of what they had before of they get benefits in these terrains, but then the terrains aren't really used that well, or in some cases they've chosen something that is never again available after like level 1 or any of that stuff.
The one of the problems, not to be too negative on that thought, is just how many times have I created a character with like a theme in mind, and like, for example, if I wanted to play up a ranger that wasn't like, I'm kind of going more for that urban guy, but like if I wanted to play up that he was a deep gnome, and that if there was like a strong underdark, like I would want to have advantage and stuff in the underdark, or be like a winter guy, like Woody was it? Woody, no, one of the guys was like the elementalist with the fire. Like I want to be
Woody,
yeah, like I want to be I'd like want to double down on that sort of thing, then not change every time,
Yeah, like because surprisingly, one of the most requested features I kept getting for the Ranger rebuild is that you are really good against a specific creature type. And I totally get the fantasy mindset behind that, where it's like this guy is, I don't know, Van Helsing and like extraordinary at killing monstrosities, or this dude is like the undead hunter or whatever. But if your campaign doesn't end up featuring whatever that is, or it's in there like some of the time, I don't want a character that's like amazing for like one encounter and then terrible for the rest. And so this was sort of the means of being able to kind of hit both of those, where if you wanted, you could totally say, I'm only using prey preparation against undead, but you still get that +1 bonus to everything. So it still feels good, but maybe it's not triggering the other thing. Or you're going with like more of the survivalist idea of like, I'm going to be extremely prepared and ask the questions to try to figure out what are we going to be fighting today. And it may or may not pan out depending on what the table ends up doing, but you still have the chance of that. And then the way I balanced this was figuring effectively like if you had 3 rounds of combat, one of the rounds you'd be facing the prey preparation creature, the other rounds you wouldn't. And that way, if you did have a fight with, like, maybe you have 3 combatants and only one of them is yours and you're targeting that's great. You also might have a combatant with that you wouldn't get this advantage on, but they're more of a threat. So you're going to ignore that you're prepared for one of the other creatures and take them down. So trying to figure out how to balance that. That's what I ended up going with.
Okay, well then 2 questions on that. First, yep, get rid of that. Well, and then the second thing I was going to ask is, okay, for prey preparation. Okay, so I pick my creature type, and then I can choose to either do an extra D4 or an extra D whatever damage to that creature, or I can choose one of their modes of travel.
I see. So you've like chosen a creature, and then from that you could gain some sort of benefit based on the creature type you've chosen.
Yeah, like a climb or a swim or not double jump.
Increased jump distance.
Yeah, and yeah, that you can jump from a whatever blah 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 without the movement.
I don't think we could bundle that as part of the level 1 feature, but that could be something that comes online at a higher level where you're getting some kind of benefit to that.
Because you're taking on characteristics, aspects of the creature that you're hunting.
Yeah, I think I almost feel like that belongs in that like Apex Chimera subclass rather than as part of the base.
Oh, yeah.
Because that
Okay.
feels exactly like what that is. Like as you're
Okay, then let's add that to that one then.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'll think about, because that seems like it could be a feature, just like a blanket feature in there. Because the original thought I had for it was building it kind of like a skill tree where you have 3 different like tier 1 abilities you can choose from, and then each of those costs say 10 points, and you get, I don't know, I can't remember what the math was, but something like 5 points per level or something. And then you could choose to get like all 3 of the tier 1 abilities as you're going up, or maybe you're going up in one path and you want to get the tier 1 and the tier 2 and just have them be prerequisites for each other. And so it gives you like a couple different build directions you can go, and then you can change those up on a long rest. And then you could have like a feature, something like this, come online where depending on what creature type you're attuned to for your prey preparation, you get a benefit and have a table of something where it's like these 3 creatures give you a swim speed, or these 3 creatures give you, I don't know, climb speed, or these 3 creatures just increase your movement speed, or these 3 creatures do blah blah blah, something like that.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'll make a note of that. I think that's in this one.
When you do the Chimera thing, are you going to do like you actually have to kill creatures to get upgrades, or like you just kind of naturally get those as you level up?
I think what I will do is the default is when you deal like the killing blow on a creature, that's when you get like the benefit from that. Because otherwise, I think you're going to get the points too fast and then not have anything to spend them on.
Okay.
But we could certainly add a sidebar or optional rule or something like that if it's
I was just
less combat-focused game. Because I also don't want someone
Yeah.
who only has 1 combat per level ending up where it's like, well, I don't really have it in my features. But at the same time, if it's not super combat-heavy, this is probably a poor subclass option to take for that. So
Yeah, my thought is like from a DM perspective, if somebody's coming in with this new ranger subclass that I don't fully grasp, and they're like now telling me, they're like trying to kill still everything, and because they want the last hit on every creature, and then they have like this like pool of resources or whatever that's not super clear. Like now the DM also kind of has to track how many things they've killed, and
well, they would still be limited by level, where like you can only get so many points. So there might be the attempt to like kill steal initially, but if you've gotten more points than you can spend, then the benefit of being that person that gets that last hit is kind of eliminated.
I'm sure you'll figure it out. I haven't seen the whole vision for it yet, but that was my concern. Was like when I first read that, I was like, that seems like you're creating a whole new resource for somebody to have to manage. Whereas if you just made it like leveling, like you're kind of assumed that the ranger is getting experience, but you could pick like some sort of path. I was imagining kind of like the
The evolutionist.
no, not like the evolutionists, like the what is the barbarian one? You know, where they could like the totem barbarian,
totem
where they have
warrior.
like so it's like the bear or the wolf or the eagle or whatever, and like you have like a branched subclass where you're like you pick one at level 3 and then you're like progressing through it, and it's kind of like assumed that you're getting more kills and or whatever, absorbing the effects of the creatures that you're fighting.
Yeah, we could. I guess we could do two ways of doing this, because there's, on the one hand, there's the requests where this person's functioning like a, I don't know, like a collector, where they, as they're progressing, they are specifically doing these things because that's part of the like mini game they want within here, is to collect this stuff. But you could set it up that if that's going to cause more problems than help, that could be the optional way of doing it versus the primary. Maybe the primary is at each level you get X, and then the optional version of doing that is that you get points and you can spend those on whatever. But I think like you get points when you kill something. But I think for both of them, I was looking at it as you get the freedom to choose what you want by spending these points, rather than being locked into like, I have to go up this tier. Like maybe I'd rather be lateral and take the first tier in everything rather than going all in on one of them.
Sure. Yeah.
So
and
that's hard to do unless you have skill points of some kind.
Yeah. And you're gonna let them reallocate all their points after the long rest.
Yeah, that was the thought. So if they want, they can change it, or they can keep it, or they can do slight modifications.
Yeah. Interesting. It's like a whole new class every day.
Kind of, yeah. You have your base ranger, prey preparation, all of that stuff, but then it's like, all right, we're coming up against a bunch of, I don't know, whatever it is, aberrations, and so for that, I think I'm gonna use these evolutions of my body instead, because they'll be better suited to be like the apex, like predator at that point. Or I want to swap it around, and instead I want to be a bit more tanky today because I know what we're facing and we don't have our tank today, or whatever, you know.
Yeah. Okay, so it's less of they're absorbing the essence of the creatures they kill, and more of just like they're just becoming more powerful as they kill things.
Yeah, I guess I'd look at it as like it's more agnostic, where you're absorbing the power of those creatures, but it's like you're absorbing the power of any creatures, not a specific creature. And so then the ability to like transmute your body is dependent on which direction you want to go, not dependent on what you've killed. Because otherwise you run into the same problem of you really like the tree that's going down the aberration path, but you've only been fighting undead, so you can't get any of that stuff. I think it should be like agnostic as far as you get points, you spend them wherever you want. These are the routes that this subclass has figured out how to control. I want to be able to do this because I've got access to this power based on what the previous Apex Chimeras have learned how to do.
Yeah. Okay. This sounds like the metagaming player's dream class.
Yeah. It should be like the one who wants like a specific theme for their character, where it's like, oh, I want to totally become this like Cthulhu creature with the tentacles out of my back and whatever, and like even if it's not optimal, like great, that's what I want. Or you've got the other guy where it's like, all right, today we're going to switch up to do these things, and then why don't you take those 2 spells so that we can combo this stuff, and I'm going to do this stuff, and then tomorrow I want to try this thing, and whatever. Like totally, I think it'll work for both.
Yeah, or like I'm going to go look up the stat block of all the creatures that the DM is prepping for us, and then be able to adapt to my guy.
So with that said, with that second one, right, with trying to be prep for the predator, the prey preparation.
Yes.
What about, right, because things don't just appear and then you're in combat. Is there a way that you could make a survival, when you, after a long rest, make a survival check? If you're able to beat the survival check, you know that the terrain, you've seen signs of X, Y, Z. And so you have the option of either choosing a type, or you can say the first creature that you encounter that day is the type that you've chosen.
The way I have it structured right now, you change it every long rest if you want. So,
No. So what I'm saying is, so you wake up in the morning,
Yep.
and it's you're out in the grassy fields as a ranger, right? So you do your survival check, and you can either choose to do undead, or you beat the DC, you beat the survival DC, and that way you're picking up signs. Oh, there's a whatever, right? And so the first encounter that you do that day, those are the signs that you picked up in your survival check during the long rest.
I think.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I would say.
Or is that too complicated?
I would say it adds a lot of complexity, but it also adds a lot of power. So if I do that, I probably have to decrease that damage that they can do from that to keep it balanced.
You could instead have something that, like, if they make a certain DC survival check, the DM has the option to give them a hint towards what kinds of creatures might be in this area.
Yeah, I think.
Well, sometimes you don't know because it's like a random encounter, right? You don't know. That's why I was saying the first thing that you encounter that day is what you've actually picked your prey preparation to be. Does that make sense? So it's not really doing any more power except for having it auto selected for you on the first encounter that you do based on your survival DC.
But that would be like increased chance of this happening, because if I'm doing that in the math, I should essentially then be thinking that this is going to trigger more frequently, because right now it would be effectively triggering like 1 every 3 attacks. But if it's going to be a guaranteed trigger for the first encounter, and depending on the games, you may. I don't know anyone who follows the like 4 to 6 encounters between long rest. Like it might happen and it might be out there, but for what we're doing, if you can change on a long rest and you're guaranteed to have it in at least the first encounter you've got, then I think I probably would need to increase that, which would obviously change the math behind where everything is.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
So if I moved this other one up, say to level 4 from level 9, this field adaptation, where we've got you can take 10 minutes to hastily gather materials, research, prepare, make a DC 20 wisdom survival check. So on a success, you then can replace this with a different one. So this was the idea that you do know what you're going to fight because you've, I don't know, scouted out the position, or you've come across a bandit camp and it's like, we're gonna take them out. But if we move this then to higher up, then you have the ability to do that as you need. One thing we could even consider right now, let's see, at level 1 we have 2 abilities coming on. We could just even put that at level 1, so right from the beginning of the game you do have a way to change it once per day.
It also gives you a chance to use that survivalist. Like, it forces you, or it gives you because we're never survivalist gets harder to use, I think.
Well, kind of. I think it gets easier to use because it's built into the abilities here. Because like the other one where you get to choose that instead of your initiative. Like that will always.
Yeah. I'm just talking about but that's not level 1.
Correct, yeah. So if we put this at level 1, you have a way to use your ability as it comes online. So
yeah,
why don't we...
That might front load the class a little heavy, but we could try it.
Yeah, I think...
I'm just thinking, like, you take a 1-level dip, and I get a free Hunter's Mark, or almost free Hunter's Mark, and super advantage on my survival checks.
Let's see. At level 2, you have the Adventure's Calling coming online, which is very strong, and then grabbing either your beast, your spells, or your predator. So maybe at maybe it is level 4 that we want it. At level 3, you've got, because you also have your fighting style.
Like with the Star Druid, you have to wait till level 10 to be able to like hot swap your mark.
Mm-hmm.
Level 4 is when you get 2. No, level 6 is when you get 2. What level for clerics do they get 2 of their things? I'll see it right now.
I don't remember. It's been a hot second.
You talking about their
The-
channel divinity?
Channel divinities, they get 2 at level 6. So they get a second one level 6. I mean, 4 seems about right for what you're talking about, because it's basically the ability to hot swap, right?
Yeah, you could tag it into level 5 as well. I know that's usually like only extra attack, but it's an option too.
Yeah, maybe. I'm thinking either 4 or 5 because that is a decent point about having that come online that early and for the dip because that does definitely make it stronger.
Yeah, I think it's a good enough ability. It improves the class enough that you probably want it to have it like come online early, but not super early. Like let somebody get into the class a little ways before they get that upgrade, because it's a good that's a very useful component of the class.
Yeah.
And so I think you want it earlier, probably earlier than 10, because that's pretty late, or wherever it was, 9. But I would probably put it after level 3.
Right now I've got it. I just dropped it here. I think I'll probably maybe we can try it at 4th level and see how that comes online, because there's like the barbarian gets like I think their increased movement speed at level 4. Like there's a few classes that do get something when that ability score improvement comes online, and this coupled with getting that ability score improvement, like if you did dip wisdom, you have another reason to do so because you now have a way to use that. So that might fit nicely there. I think let's try that.
What about the class itself? Or I'm sorry, the ranger class itself. When does it get stuff?
When does
The original ranger class.
Oh, original? I mean they're spread like relatively.
It's lined up
standard
the
for their
same
stuff.
way. Yeah, I think it's the same advancement progression.
I don't have a huge difference here. So like if you went the spells route with like Warden, you're getting them about the same.
Yeah.
And then if you, I think the main difference is that this does have like connected features. So like the adventurer's calling kind of triggering multiple times as that's getting stronger as being like one of those cornerstone features, and then the prey preparation also ticking up. Whereas like the base one, it has most of the stuff that's coming online is like they have the favorite enemy improvement and the natural explorer improvement pieces where you're getting like an additional one, and then they have mostly just that stuff: hide in plain sight. Favorite enemy improvement.
Yeah, that looks like it. Yeah, I guess moving it to 4, because it doesn't quite track the same way when you get to higher levels. Because if I were like to say Adventurer's Calling is the same thing as martial fighting style. Oh, we also get these also get fighting style.
You do, yeah. It should be coming online level 2, which is where they were for the original Ranger as well.
Oh, I'm looking at. Oh, okay. So level 4 martial versatility is you can change your fighting style.
Yes.
Yeah, put it at 4. Put it at 4. That makes sense.
All right, sweet. I got a drop, unfortunately, but we should plan to just pick back up here next time, and then we'll dive in for round 2. I don't think anyone has anything they're able to do in between, but if someone thinks of something, let me know. I'll update the level 4 feature, and then if there's anything else anyone sees that they want to chat about next time, let me know. Otherwise, we'll plan to roll with that, follow up with feedback on that encounter as a whole, and then we can plan a few week hiatus until we come back in January to jump into the next one.
Cool. Sounds good.
Cool. All right, good
Thanks,
stuff.
Brennan.
Hope everyone had fun. I had a blast. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, thank you.
Talk to you later.
As always, Brandon.
All right, see you all. Take care.
Bye.